That's surprised to be here, isn't it? In the background at the hospital, just been for a checkup, and it's one of the things you have to do when you've got an autoimmune illness. Make sure that you're top form, So good news is that everything is actually coming together rather well, and the diet is making the condition better. So I'm actually doing all right, which is great. So get to go home and get back to work now. Let's go. Yeah, you've done all right, haven't you?
What were you filming?
Yeah, picking up the new ones to add to the set.
Well, they're just so hard to find now because everywhere's just moved on. So we found a B&M Bargains. They had a whole load of stuff, but of course we didn't have the picture to tell us what we already had mint in box. So we had to wing it, but we did get a picture of what they'd had there for reference.
Yeah.
And it turns out there's one more that we need that they have. So it's something that Zoe can pop back through the week if she's down that way.
Yeah, well, so I'm very happy because I like this stuff, and eventually this is going to make a hell of a display in our museum, which is, of course, the point of all of this. I am really happy with it. This looks great, and like I say, the museum is the main reason that we're doing this. Still 8 to 10 years off, I think, but even so, doing very good. And I just want to quickly say that the idea of putting all of these on the wall actually comes from my friend Jade. Remember in a previous vlog, was it a vlog or it might have been a Game Hammer episode, we went and visited her house and we saw her game room. And one of the things she had is all of the Infinity and Amiibo figures on the wall, pinned up. It looks really good, so we took the idea. So thank you very much, Jade. We appreciate it. Now, I've got here something that I picked up very cheap from Wish, and it's the reason I got this is not because I want to use it for day-to-day as like a journal or anything. It's because it looks brilliant, and on camera it'll look fantastic. It's a little smaller than I was expecting, but that's the kind of thing that happens when you buy stuff in China. I bought it as a prop for a set of short films that we're going to make into a mini-series, and the reason is the characters in this show are travellers. They're travelling between dimensions. And I wanted something that could be like their map or their notebook, their travel journal that will be used to try and get them home. And I think this looks fantastic on the camera. The photos on the website look brilliant. So picked it up for £1 plus postage because, yeah, January sale, just trying to get rid of old stock, I think. But their cheapness is my game because it looks brilliant. Like I say, smaller than I expected, but looks great, and I think it's going to work out really well for the show. It's one of the things that I've always said when it comes to getting pieces and props for sets and for shows. Find them wherever you can and make use of them. Use them in creative ways, and then it works out. While we were out earlier on, I decided that it was a good idea to have a look around at one of the charity shops and found what is something that I've been looking for ages. It's a dance mat, but it's a special kind of dance mat because there are 2 types on the PlayStation 2. One has the control numbers, not numbers, circle, square, triangle, cross. The other one has arrows. And the arrow one is surprisingly hard to find, but we've finally got a copy. That is the dance mat we've wanted. So, let's hope that it comes up and works on screen because I'm about to dance and test out this dance mat. I hope this is alright. I'm probably going to make it fool myself. I like how this is done. Yeah, that's fine start. Where's the cross button? Oh, there it is. Right, it's a signal. Okay. It's difficult to get used to this. It's very odd. Am I even getting any? What? No, don't come in that way. Have I got any of these?
I'm going to stand back because there seems to be some risk of collateral damage.
I never said I was any good. Okay guys, I want to end today's video by talking about the stuff that's gone on in Parliament. I've held off and waited for this all to happen because I thought it was the best thing to do, because as a daily vlog, and I am a politician, and I campaigned for leave, voted leave, and I am what a lot of people on the Remain side have called an arch Brexiteer, which I'll take it if they said. But I have a few comments. A lot of people immediately started saying that this was terrible for the government and it's really shown X, Y, and Z up and blah, blah, blah. But let's face it, we all knew this was going to happen. The government knew this was going to happen. Of course they knew. No one is so out of touch as to think anyone would look at all those people who said, oh, we don't want this deal would then vote for the deal. No one can cajole that much, and it's just how it is. So it's not as big a deal for the government as you might think. And I honestly think this is actually something that may have been planned for. Now, I'm not going to say that I know the mind of the Prime Minister, because I don't. I'm not going to say that I know the mind of anyone down in Parliament, because I don't. Everyone knows their own mind, and that's about it. But I've been thinking for a while that this is part of a plan. Because we were told right from the start that Theresa May is a very good negotiator. And we didn't see that during the negotiations. I'm sorry. I really want to support the Prime Minister, and I think that she's doing a good job in bad circumstances, but the deal is not a good deal. So what if she knew that was going to happen? Because the EU won't negotiate. And we've seen that the EU doesn't want to negotiate properly. They've played games for the entire length of the Brexit process. So what if she knew that were going in and basically let them hang themselves with their own rope, given this worst deal possible, and then saying, well, it's this or nothing, because that's what she's been saying, it's this deal or nothing. And then we voted against the deal, so the alternative is nothing. So what have we got now? Well, 70-odd days before we leave. Is that long enough to negotiate another deal? Yes, it is. But only because she's pushed it back and pushed it back and pushed it back to the point where basically it's put up or shut up time. Corbyn's put a no confidence vote in. Well, good for him. We knew he was going to do it, and as the papers will no doubt say, she pushed him to do it. You know what that means? Well, let's have a look at the mathematics. So, if he puts in a confidence vote tomorrow and somehow he wins it, that gives 2 weeks for the government to reform with and basically a new government. The Prime Minister would try and form another government and then come back. Or, it's unlikely that she would step down and someone else would step up and they would try and form a government. But that's the thing. A new government in 2 weeks' time. Then there's another confidence vote. If that's lost as well, then it's a general election, which takes 7 weeks. There are 10 weeks until we leave the EU. 2 of them are taken up with the confidence, and then 7 are taken up with an election, which leaves 1 week for a new government to try and get another deal. Do you see that happening? Do you see a deal being put together and it going through Parliament and getting passed in a week before we leave the EU? No. So, it's a very interesting situation that we find ourselves in, isn't it? Because if the confidence motion goes through, it's no deal. Basically, it's no deal. If it doesn't, and the government has time, which is what I hope will happen, then the Prime Minister can go to her ministers and go to Parliament and say, right, list everything you actually want. And then go to the EU saying, we want to deal with this. Or, let's take out the bits that people want but are never going to happen. We'll put them in this pile, and all the things that we really want in this pile, and then we'll negotiate on the whole thing, but we'll use the bits that are never going to happen as bargaining chips. Like, oh, we'll take that off if you'll give us all this, and things like that. That's what I see actually being the plan. And I'd like to think it's been the plan all along, because stringing the EU along the way they've strung us along would be a monumental chess master move. That's my view anyway. We'll see what happens in the days to come, no doubt. Who's going to end up being right? We'll wait and see. See you tomorrow.